Well guys, I hope you lot have already noticed the recent trend within our channel all about relationships which have taken place in Boruto and alongside their offspring. It doesn't specifically tell us anything in the anime about these two characters were paired and how did it happen, but I guess that's why we're here, so we can dissect the cause for this to happen and what's Kishimoto's objective with the pairings. We have already covered quite a few couples in our most recent videos, being about Sai and Ino, but to be fair, the most mysterious couple must be Choji and Karui. How the f did they become a couple in Boruto? That's what everyone thinking when it happened in chapter 700. And scrap the storyline behind Boruto, that's the information that I want to know. How did the guy like Choji like a chick like that? Because that needs to happen for some of us in real life. We need some tips. If Kishimoto explained this relationship further, then I could die a happy guy. I'm joking. Honestly though, the whole Naruto and Boruto fanbase are baffled behind such a pairing. Couldn't it be that Karui is into thick guys, or knowing Choji they must have met at a buffet or something? I don't know man, Choji must have seen her at a restaurant. Anyway guys, let's go balls deep into how Choji and Karui ended up together, so let's unravel this mystery. So Choji is one of the most favoured characters personality wise due to the way he acts and protects his friends under certain situations. And I know that you guys have a friend exactly like Choji. There is always that one Choji in the squad. That is what makes him such a relatable character towards us, as we can understand their mindset and them being very pure hearted. But of course, what's on all our minds right now is how did such a fluffy guy like Choji end up with someone that literally beat up Naruto to a pulp, and he tanked that shit. The obvious topic is how did they first interact or even come across each other. Kishimoto hasn't really gone into depth on this, because he even said in many interviews that he doesn't really like talking or expressing his feelings about the couples based in Boruto. So let's dissect this situation and couple. Under the current events in Boruto, we see a sort of utopia in which Naruto is envisioning whilst he tries to embed this mentality within Konoha as the 7th Hokage. The fact that Konoha is the center of relations between the 5 allied villages shows us the development ever since the 4th Great Ninja War, and it has been quite drastic. I know what you guys are thinking, what does this have to do with the explanation behind the two being paired up? As you guys should already know that diversity brings more peace. Well, in the anime, that's what I'm trying to get at. With many couples from diverse backgrounds and villages begin to get married, this strengthens the allied nations, which could eventually and potentially become one great nation in the future of Boruto. We can already see huge changes within the use of technology being implemented into the anime as well. As you guys must have noticed by now, it's also the issue revolving around the 3-man teams. Did you guys see that it's the decline of Konoichi? Konoichi means female ninjas, by the way. And ever since the beginning of Naruto, have you guys seen that it's always 2 guys and 1 girl being a part of a 3-people squadron? And I know, right? Thank us now, because we just made you aware of this issue, and there's not much Konoichi being involved in the Shinobi universe. So at this point, everyone has already been paired up, and what better way for Choji to carry on his bloodline for his clan through another fellow Konoichi, but this time from another village. And that is of course how Karui ended up being his option for him to get married to, because he ended up liking her at a restaurant and everything else. So that's why Karui was a good option. She's a ninja, right? And she's a female, so you know, it kind of makes sense, because she will understand Choji, because she understands that lifestyle. That's like young fuck shit. Anyway, we only understand some brief context behind Karui, and that is she worked alongside the 4th Hokage. But we do know one of her most remarkable moments, and that is of course beating the living shit out of Naruto. And I guess none of us could ever forget that scene. It made us realize the will of Naruto going beyond measures. Anyways, what we want to know is, why does Karui be such a good match for Choji? Why couldn't Choji find anyone else? And the answer to this question is food, bruh. Nah, I'm just kidding. But no, it is one of the minor factors in why Choji has such a high interest in her, and that's because Karui can make massive proportions of food, and you know, Choji being a fat shit that he is, he's gonna love that about a girl. Karui grew up with the strongest and most admirable men of her nation being hefty, so she wouldn't find Choji's size an issue. Also, most men are probably neither strong enough nor easygoing enough to have her for a wife. Choji is both strong and easygoing. He also dreamed of finding a wife and worried no one would like him because of his weight. If Karui said she was interested in him, that would probably have been enough for him to fall for her. Never underestimate how attractive being desired is to someone who is usually rejected by the opposite gender. So obviously that made them a good match, because she didn't find his size a problem, and he didn't think anyone would like her, and then she thought like she could cook food, and then he thought, I want that good curry, I want that butter chicken, I want that jerk chicken, I want popcorn, I want crisps, I want everything, cause I like food. Anyways, being serious now, what's even funnier behind this pairing is that on the way to Konoha, Karui mentioned to Omoi about how she wanted to meet an elite, attractive, cool looking guy, but she ended up with Choji. Now some of you will be taking shots at me and saying, what, Choji is all of those things. I guess in some people's eyes that is true. I actually like Choji, so I'll say yes, he is cool looking when he's transformed. I guess that's what makes this couple shocking too to a lot of you guys as well, because you never know how the perception of someone's features is to Choji's characteristics. Karui just basically liked him and thought he was cool, and he was normal sized, and she wanted to cook for him, and he can handle her personality. Look man, she beat up the Hokage. She beat up the 7th Hokage like nothing in front of everyone. He made Naruto bleed. Have you seen that scene? It's mad. Anyway, the evidence of the relationship in Naruto and Boruto is that the couple is mentioned a few times before showcased in Boruto. For instance, in the Sakura Hiden, Ino shocks Sakura by informing her that Choji is interested in Karui, and he travels to Komagakuru, or however you want to pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce that, guys. So let's be honest, the only actual couple that hasn't been developed is just the others. Sakura and Sasuke is an exception though, but to be fair, this couple did shock us as there had been no progression of their relationship to begin with, as Kishimoto, the sly guy that he is, ended up revealing the pair until chapter 700 of Naruto. He could have easily just put it in one little panel that said Choji was visiting Komagakuru a lot and he was visiting Karui. That's all he had to do and this would make sense, but he didn't do that. So we do know that Choji has an interest in her and he was visiting her a lot to hang out with her. Also, we do know that Karui had given birth to, of course, ChoCho, and she's one of the funniest characters in Boruto, to be honest. She's one of the best characters in the whole show. And she has the same appetite as her father, however, the same appearance as her mother, so she's just a fat Karui. ChoCho acquires the similar abilities to her father, and that is largening her body features for maximum impact. But we have not really seen ChoCho use any techniques from her mother, which makes Boruto such an amazing anime, because since each individual character has hidden potential, including ChoCho, we just don't know what these guys are capable of. We don't know what they are capable of. They can be doing anything from their parents. These new characters in Boruto are so OP that they have every character has so much hidden potential from both parents. We don't know what's coming, guys. We don't just know. So even Kishimoto had to put a say in all of this, because everyone was so shocked how Choji and Karui ended up together. So he had to clarify this relationship in an interview between the two. So he was asked the following question. I think there were a lot of readers who got surprised at some unexpected married couples in the original manga finale. The combination of Choji and Karui was especially shocking, but how did that couple come to be? And Kishimoto himself responded with, even now, I got a fan mail from readers saying, why did these two get together? I don't understand at all. First off, it wouldn't do it if the new generation Inojin and Shikadai wasn't made. So although I did think, I wonder if I'm being a little pushy, I decided to get Choji and Karui together. So during the interview, he was then asked, in the manga, Choji's father Chozo called women who liked stout men like themselves fetish holders. Then, as expected, does Karui have a fetish too? Kishimoto replied with, no, rather than saying she has a fetish, it's just that she's very easygoing. She easily gives decisions about everything, and so she'd be okay to marriage very simply, like a guy like Choji. And then the guy responded, I sure like that, and I think every guy would like that. So it was kind of weird interview asking about fetishes. I don't know why he would say that, but I guess most of you guys would have thought that Karui just like big guys, but in fact she had the same personality as Choji and all along, and she was just easygoing. Kishimoto fixed the plot hole in an interview, guys, so that's why they ended up together. Their personalities are the same. She cooks good food and she's easygoing, and has she likes big men. Oh come on man, there's some guys that want that in life, a woman that can cook and is a good conversationalist. That's all you need. Anyway guys, in this episode of Anime Bozip, I think I was a bit troll. I'm a bit thirsty, so hopefully I didn't mumble too much. I'm so sorry, but make sure you smash the like button if you like this video. Of course, follow us on social media and make sure to hit the notification bell because YouTube is absolutely busted. So what do you guys think of ChoCho, actually, the kid in Boruto? I actually like this character. I think she's really funny and she's really fresh to the show. And oh yeah, there's actually pretty interesting things about her, how they specifically chose her to be a main character in the show, which I'll cover in another video. So check out other Naruto videos or Boruto videos and keep up to date with us. Of course, we love you guys and we see you next time.